We are going to be interviewing a successful business owner by the name of Imran. He has ran his successful business for over 5 years now. We will get right into the interview. Imran, what is your typical day like in your business, and can you please tell me your work hours to start with?
Okay, so the work hours, we do work Monday through Wednesday, it's 10 till 6. Thursday through Friday is 10 till 8. Saturday 10 till 6, and Sunday 12 till 5. So usually what I'll do is the first 30 minutes of each day, I'll go pop in our store, make sure everything looks good, because sometimes when people close, they leave things around. So just to make sure everything looks good. After that, the computer is my friend, my best friend. Pretty much the rest of the day, I'll be on the computer. I'll be searching for new clients on the computer, and just making our website better. So pretty much it's just the computer and the 30 minutes of each day in the stores.
Perfect. Now, I'm going to carry on with this interview, but Imran's going to be doing it on his own. He's a busy business owner. He has a lot on his plate. I've assigned the questions that he should be answering. He has promised on his free time he's going to make a video by himself, or we'll have one of his staff make the video on my behalf, and we'll be answering the questions. We will be continuing forward. Hey Imran, question 2 for you. What is the best part of you running your own business?
Freedom, definitely freedom. I'm my own boss. I do what I want, when I want, where I want, how I want. It's all about that. I had a job when I was a little younger. I worked for someone. Set hours is definitely not for me. You know, I can get up whenever I want, do whatever I want. That's the main thing. And actually a little bit more important is I have the freedom to make my own decisions. I run the company how I want. I grow the company how I want. Everything is basically revolves around me, and that's the kind of person I am. So that's the kind of thing I like.
You don't take advantage of you being your own boss, or do you make sure you're committed?
Well, it's my business. So I mean, if I take advantage of being my own boss, I'm just taking advantage of myself, and my business goes down. I'm not like that. I want to see a successful business. I'm ready to work hard, but at my own time and my own pace. And that's what this gives me.
Okay. Imran, another question for you. How do you keep up with the current trends?
Google. Google is definitely my best friend. Everything is found on Google. It's kind of bad to say, I guess, but I look at what other companies do, and whichever ones are successful and what makes them successful, I use the same formula applied to our business. Obviously, a lot of traveling too, so I do see what other countries offer in the same fields. I find what they have we don't have here, so I import a lot of their stuff into our business, and I find that way it's really successful. But the number one thing is definitely Google. Go on Google, search a lot of companies on there. Everything is on the internet. It definitely should be a man's best friend.
So now to get ahead of these companies here in Edmonton, you're saying you just go to other countries, like you'll look at companies here in Edmonton, but how do you go that extra mile to be ahead of these guys?
So like I said, yeah, I will travel a lot. I'll go check another country. A lot of countries are ahead of us, in terms of many things. Like for example, China, you would never think so, but you go down there and you find companies, that are just way ahead of us, and the things that they do, not all of the things, but a lot of the things you can grab from there, you definitely can bring to Canada, and you can be the one in a billion that does it here, so just apply their things to our company here, and we're fine. We're doing good that way.
Okay, Imran. So how do you track your return on investment for marketing?
We use this amazing accounting program called Xero. So this program is very powerful. So all our website sales or all our website clients, anything like that, there's a CSV format that we use from the website. We transfer it into the Xero, and boom, just like magic, all our diagrams come, our bar graphs and everything showing us how much money we made on each product or on each service. And our profit loss, everything is there. Xero and our website, basically that's it. Anything that we do off of our website, we just manually input into Xero, and boom, just like that, at the end of the year our reports are done. At the end of every month, end of day, whatever you want, everything is done through Xero. It's perfect.
Okay, and then like for your cross marketing, for example, if you feel it's not profiting, if it's not worth it, do you find ways to improve it? Do you just cut it off and then look for other marketing tactics, or what do you do?
There's tons of clients out there, tons of people who want to cross-market with us. So if something's not working, we give it a second chance. After that, on to the next. It's that simple.
Yeah, okay. Imran, what have you done in the past that was successful and also that wasn't successful?
Okay, so we'll start with the bad first, that wasn't successful. we tried in the initial stages a lot of Groupon and a lot of Kijiji. We found that those things brought in clients that we really didn't want to keep for long term, or that they just didn't want to stay for long term. It was just till the deal was good, maybe a month, 3 months, whatever. After that, they weren't here, and we kept finding we're not really maximizing our potential, and also that our customers weren't what we want. So then what we did do is a lot of the cross marketing, which I mentioned earlier, and a lot of the word of the mouth, really, once you have the right customers in there through the cross marketing. So basically, yeah, and that's why we're sticking with the cross marketing and the word of mouth. Like, that's what it is. Offer incentives to good customers, even if you don't make as much profit as you would or money on the other customers, it's fine. Once you have a good clientele, you have a growing clientele with good customers and good clients coming over and over. So that's what we're sticking to.
Okay. Imran, another question for you. How did you decide on your current pricing structure?
Okay, so like I mentioned before, definitely the internet's your best friend. Google is your best friend. You go around and you see what other people are charging, you base your price on that. Once you have your price set up, obviously you have to use trial and error. So there's a lot of factors which determine price, obviously location, everything like that. So you set your price first, and then you go from there. If you have to move down a little bit, you do. The more you're in existence, the more better of a clientele you have and a stronger clientele, you can slowly increase the price. I know it's not fair on the current clientele, so maybe you just do it for new clientele. So when these current clientele give such a good word of mouth about you and your business and how well you're doing, these new customers, they don't mind paying a little bit more just because they know that they're going to get the service and they're going to get the quality. So they don't mind paying more. So yeah, so the first step would be going on the internet, doing your research for sure. The second would be trial and error. Just play with the numbers a little bit, figure it out, don't make it too dramatic or you're going to scare people. But slowly, and you'll get there. That's what we did.
Do you find your prices now are pretty stable, or do they keep fluctuating?
We're very stable. Sorry to cut you off. We're very stable. I just didn't want to continue with that question because, yeah, we're very stable now. We've been in the business for a while. We know what price points work. We'll increase. Inflation is going up and the prices are going up. So obviously we're going to go up, but we don't go up much. We're pretty stable.
Okay, sounds good. Imran, what was your inspiration for starting your business?
That would definitely be my uncle. So my uncle, he had a actual warehouse. So it was a different business, obviously. Like he sold a lot of wholesale to the Walmarts and the gas stations and places like that. He did that business. When I was 18, I moved down to Calgary actually, and he made me run the business. And I realized I don't want to work for anyone else after I worked for him. Even though I was working for him, he made me like a manager or a boss or even an owner down there. He let me try everything. And from there on, I knew that I wanted my own business and I didn't want to work for anyone. And I actually loved going to the gym ever since I was young. So, I put two and two together. I want my own business and I want to do something in the industry of, working out and stuff. So that's exactly what I did. I started my own business with, personal trainers that we have and all that. I enjoy this being fit life. And yeah, like my uncle just made me make my own. So I actually bought shares in the company and next thing I know, I was the owner. And that's where we are and that's how it happened.
Okay. Hey Imran, have you handled things on your own or do you have business partners?
So I did have business partners definitely at the starting. It worked well. We actually had 3 partners. And there was 3 of us in total, sorry. So I had 2 partners. And things were well, but I guess, as the business grew and as I grew and I knew more about the business, I kind of knew I wanted it to be myself only because I could make my own decisions and do it exactly how I wanted. So I did have partners, I did buy them out. I am single right now. I have a very strong team and I have managers that manage the locations and take care of things. I don't think I could do it without any of them. You can't do everything. But when it comes to partners, no. I currently don't have any. I don't have any partners that make all the decisions. I do what I want when I want. But I do have a strong sales team, marketing team, and managers as well.
Okay. Hey Imran, have you found it difficult working with individuals you chose to start your business with? How did you overcome those issues?
Well, I wouldn't say difficult, but like I said, I did have 2 other partners. It was a little bit harder only because, I couldn't make my own decision. We'd have a lot of voting, and if, 2 voted against 1, my idea didn't stick, obviously. So basically what I did is just bought them out. Like I said, I was more passionate than they were about the business, so I did buy them out. That's how I handled that. But now moving forward with my team, you know, what I do offer to some of the managers and stuff is actually a commission base. So basically they get their pay, on top they get a commission. So if the business is doing better, that particular location, no problem, here's 10% commission. And I found that this worked really good for them and me, because this way I only pay for what you achieve and they work harder to achieve the most so that they can get the highest pay. So I found, yes, definitely commissions work, and that's how I handle things, you know, moving forward. You can't give commissions to everyone or you're not making anything in your pocket. But the top dogs, yes, definitely, the commission works. And as for the partners, I don't think I'd ever have a partner again, you know, moving forward. But it was an experience and I learned from it, and I think, yeah, that's how I got to where I am today.
Okay. Hey Imran, how do you determine who would handle legal and financial components of the business? Within the business partners, or as a individual, do you have specific roles to dealing with this, or is it all up to one individual?
Well, like I said, you know, I did have a few partners before. I don't anymore. So the bulk of the decisions does rely on me. I have a great team which takes a ton off of me, and because of my uncle who has the business which I mentioned, I got a lot of resources through him. So for example, like our accounting team, we just got it from my uncle. So I think, you know, as long as you have a good network, which my uncle brought me a great networking team, I'm okay. The majority of decisions do fall on me, but a lot of my decisions are made 10 times easier by just doing research on the internet and see what other people are doing. Go after successful companies, see what they're doing, and also the traveling. Just traveling a lot, you know, makes me see a bigger picture, a better picture. See what other people around the world are doing. Canada is the best country for sure, but some of the stuff that we have down here may not be the best way of doing things. So yeah, just traveling and, you know, having a great team is how I got through it.
Okay.
Yeah.
Hey Imran, if you're not comfortable with this question, just let me know, but if you don't mind answering it, then that's great. I just want to ask you if you had to save a large amount of income to start your business, or did you go about getting a business loan, or how did you get the money for initial startup?
Well, okay, so there was 3 stages basically. So the first stage was I worked with my uncle, like I mentioned, so I saved up quite a bit of money there. You know, not enough to start my own business, hence the two other partners. So we used our money, and together I had enough for 1/3 of the business, and we started up like that. After, like I mentioned too, I bought out my business partners, and that's when my parents actually came in play, and they really helped me a lot. So they gave me a loan, you know, obviously no interest, anything like that. They super helped me. And, you know, within 6 months that loan was paid off, and everything was gravy after that. So I really didn't take a financial loan or anything from institution. It was just my parents that helped me a little bit after I bought up my partners.
Okay, now with the money that you're making, do you find that a lot of the money is going back to reinvesting in your business, or are you putting a lot in your pocket now, or?
I would say at least 90% of the money that we make goes back into the business. We're all about growing and making the locations that we currently have better. So yeah, 10% of it does maybe go in, I wouldn't say my pocket, but it goes towards, you know, my salary, I guess, and, you know, but 90% of it at least is recycled back into the business, definitely, yes.
Okay. Hey, Imran, when you first started your business, what was the biggest challenge or oversight that you encountered?
Challenge, definitely the partners. Working with people, you know, obviously I don't mind working with people as a team, but when it's partners who I know it's kind of like egotistical for me to say, but someone who's got the same power as I do, I can't work with it. I like to be the boss. So yeah, working with the 2 partners was definitely the biggest challenge for me. I did handle it, I did buy them out, and you know, the rest is a breeze, but definitely working with the 2 partners.
Okay.